What would you do if you were the last person on Earth? In I Am Legend by Richard Matheson, the world has been wiped out by a mysterious plague, leaving one man to battle loneliness, despair, and hordes of infected creatures. This 1954 novel is a science fiction masterpiece that explores survival, humanity, and what it truly means to be a legend. Let's delve into the story, its themes, and its enduring legacy. The story centers on Robert Neville, a man who believes he is the sole survivor of a pandemic that has turned the rest of humanity into vampire-like creatures. By day, Neville scavenges for food and supplies, fortifying his home and systematically hunting the infected. By night, he locks himself inside, enduring the relentless taunts and attacks of the creatures outside. Neville's world is bleak and haunting. He is plagued not just by the creatures, but by memories of his family, who succumbed to the disease. Despite his pain, he clings to a daily routine to maintain his sanity, driven by the hope of finding a cure. Determined to understand the infection, Neville turns his home into a makeshift laboratory. Through his experiments, he uncovers the biological basis of the creature's vampiric traits, such as their aversion to sunlight, garlic, and mirrors. These discoveries demystify the supernatural myths, but deepen Neville's isolation as he realizes that science alone cannot restore the world he once knew. Neville's research also forces him to relive his greatest loss, the death of his wife, whom he desperately tried to save. This personal tragedy underscores the emotional toll of his survival. In this desolate world, Neville finds a glimmer of hope when he encounters a stray dog. Slowly, he earns the animal's trust, rekindling a sense of companionship. For a brief moment, Neville feels less alone. But this hope is short-lived. The dog, like so many others, succumbs to the infection, leaving Neville more devastated and isolated than ever. Just as despair threatens to consume him, Neville encounters Ruth, a seemingly uninfected woman. Her presence ignites a spark of hope, and for the first time, Neville begins to believe he is not truly alone. However, Ruth's behavior raises suspicions. Is she who she claims to be, or is she part of a larger plan orchestrated by the infected? Ruth's betrayal unveils a devastating truth. The infected are not mindless monsters. Over time, they have evolved into a functioning society with their own rules and norms. To them, Neville is the true monster, the legend who hunts and kills their kind by day. Captured and confronted by this new society, Neville must grapple with the realization that humanity as he knew it no longer exists. In his final act of defiance, Neville faces the infected with dignity and acceptance. He reflects on his actions, understanding that he has become a relic of a bygone era, a mythic figure in a world that has moved on. As the sun rises, Neville's story ends, but his legacy as the last human in a transformed world endures. I Am Legend is more than a story about survival. It's a profound exploration of loneliness, the fragility of humanity, and the thin line between hero and monster. Matheson forces us to question our assumptions about the other and what it means to adapt to a changing world. The novel has inspired countless adaptations, from The Last Man on Earth to Omega Man to the blockbuster film I Am Legend starring Will Smith. Each version captures different aspects of Matheson's vision, but the core message remains timeless. Survival is not just about enduring, it's about understanding and evolving. In the end, Matheson's story leaves us with a haunting question. What would you do if you were the last person on Earth? Could you endure the isolation, the fear, and the burden of being humanity's final legacy? And in a world forever changed, who are the true monsters, us or them? Thank you for joining us in exploring Richard Matheson's I Am Legend. If this story has left you as inspired and reflective as it has us, let us know your thoughts in the comments below. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit the bell icon for more deep dives into the greatest stories ever told. Until next time, stay curious and never stop exploring the unknown.